Welcome to the Richard Lloyd USA YouTube channel. I'm Richard Lloyd. Today's video is brought by a user comment, or a viewer comment in the comments section below the video. I've recently made 3 videos on configuring the awesome MR7300, 7350 actually, and series. HD Mongarit posted a comment 3 days ago. And he says, have you ever considered offering a settings backup file with your network arrangement with generic passwords and SSIDs that someone can just restore to a freshly flashed router to get all this set up virtually instantly? And I said, you know what? That's a good question and a good statement. And I said, I think I'll do it. So I did. I created configuration files for the last 3 videos I made so that you could just download the config file, flash it onto your router, and have the exact same configuration as I have on the video, like that. But there's one caveat here. There's one little trick. The MR7350 doesn't take those config files in the regular manner. You have to actually, reset the router to defaults, as he states here, and then install the config file. You can't just go from the current configuration that you've got to the new configuration. You got to first go back to the default settings and then go back and put the configuration in. Plus, if your internet connection is connected, when you're doing that, it won't work. It is very weird. So let's go through it, and I'll show you. I'll take you to my website where I've got all these configs, and I'll put links for those configs in the video description below, and they're already in the 3 last videos as pinned comments underneath those videos. And this will just be another pinned comment on this video. So again, thank you, HD Mongarit. I think we got a little bit more to hear from him. I think he's got one of these 7350s that I may get to do a postmortem on. We'll see. I'm actually still trying to help him get it to run. So HD, if you're listening, try a new power supply on it. 12 volts, 2 amps, okay? DC, make sure. Read it. It's usually stamped right on the power supply. So we're going to go and configure this, but the physical setup that you're going to need is this. On the back of the router, you're going to need to connect to port 1. If you're doing my configs, you need to connect an Ethernet cable to port 1, and then that cable straight to your computer. That's it. No Wi-Fi, no nothing. It's just an Ethernet cable to the router and to your computer, and that's it. And if you don't have an Ethernet cable for your computer, let's see if I got one around here somewhere, you can get a USB Ethernet cable, 1 gigabit, USB 3, for $10 on Amazon. Links in the video description. Go get the one I use. It works great. This is awesome. And there's USB-C available as well. So just go get one of those if you need it. If you don't, just hook it up the way I'm telling you. Ethernet cable to port 1, which is the one nearest the antenna. And no Ethernet cable, no internet cable on the back. That's the first step. Second step, power up the router, let it boot, and then hit the reset button down here. Hold it down for 13 seconds. I'm going to do that myself. Luckily, they don't have it so far recessed that you can't just press on it with your finger and get it done. So I'm going to do that, see what happens. And like I said, count to 12. And that does not appear to be working for me right now, but so that's okay. I'll show you the alternative way if that doesn't reboot or reset the router for you. Let's go do that. First things first, open up a private window. There's the configuration we're going to use. But we'll get back to that. So 192.168.1.1, I'm just going to open up a new private tab here. Click on that. There we go. Yep, look, it's reset already. But I'm still going to show you how to reset it in here. Put a password in here. There we go. All right, so the way you do it, and it's going to ask you for your password again. Once you've changed it from the default, you got to do this again. Log back in. All right, go over here to factory defaults. If the reset button didn't work for you, just click on that, hit apply, and OK. Now it's going to reboot. Once it does, we'll continue on there. Now, the other thing you need to do and yeah, let it reboot, is go get the configuration file for one of those 3 videos I've already done. I'm going to do a 4th, and it will have a configuration file as well. So let's say you're working on the first video, and like I said, if you're working on the first video and you want to know which one is on which link on my webpage to go to, it's in the pinned comment. The first pinned comment on the video will take you right to this page where the actual configuration file is right here. DD-WRT configuration file zip. So click on that link. Well, we got to get the router back up. Let's do that. I'm going to go on Wi-Fi just because it's going to be quicker. Again, don't do any of this on Wi-Fi. Whatever you do. All right, so we're going to go to my website. Get that link right down here. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I've got the instructions and a text file that goes with these with this web page. Sorry, with this configuration that will help you do this in the most efficient manner possible, including the default passwords that I use for Wi-Fi and for the actual login, which you're going to need. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm going to put it in downloads, and I'm just going to call it new folder. I'm just going to call it config, and drop it in that folder. And you can notice here that it's a zip file. It's compressed. That's the only way that my web provider is going to allow me to put a file on my server. So I'm going to hit save here. So we're going to go to that folder, and there it is, a zip file. And all you got to do to open that up is just hit right-click it and choose extract all, and just go through the defaults here. There we go. And I'm going to close this pop-up window here, and you can see now I have a zipped file, a folder, and one without a zipper. We're going to go to the one without the zipper, open up the next folder, and then there's the please read me first text. And if you open that up, you'll see all the parameters you need to actually make this work, including the directions on how to restore this configuration that I'm going to show you in this video. So there's your login information. There's your password for this file. We'll be using it just because it's a good test. And I'm just going to minimize that out of the way. So just so you know, that's what you got to do to unzip it. And that's where the instructions are with the usernames and passwords that you need for everything. So let's go and do this on the router. It should be up by now. Let's try this again. Actually, one more thing I'm going to do. Turn off Wi-Fi. I want to make sure I'm only connected through Ethernet. So try again. There it is. And of course, we reset it. So we've got to put the username and password back in there. So let's do that. Okay. Change credentials. There we go. It's going to ask me one more time. Oh, no, it remembered. Great. So we're going to go to administration, go to backup. We've got that file already downloaded. Now I want to show you also, if you want to do your own backups, then just click on backup, the backup button here, and it will give you this file. You can rename it to whatever you want, save that file, and your current configuration will be saved. I'm not doing that because I don't need the default setup. It's just a reset. But that's how you do how you get the bin file to do your configuration. So step 1, port 1. Step 2, no Ethernet on the internet port. No, this has to just be one Ethernet cable to port 1. That's it. That's for my configurations. Otherwise, do what you wish. But for mine, follow these steps. Step 3 is reset the router. Step 4 is grab the file. Step 5 is put it in the router. So I've got it downloaded to config. There we are. It's in my DD-WRT install file. And it is this bin file right here. So again, we're going to hit open. And then we're going to click on restore down here. And, be careful because you might go to firmware upgrade here. It looks the same. It won't hurt it, but it will fail. So let's just go back to that. Do this back quickly here. All right. And hit restore. And, the little circle will go around for a little bit. The router will start blinking. You'll see it here. Let's see what happens. I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's change color from green to blue. Flash. There we go. Now it's off. And like I said, it cycles through. You can see that. And eventually it'll settle down on a green LED light or a green light on the status. And I'm just going to wait here on this because it'll just eventually say, okay, continue. And at that point, it should be back up. We'll see. Once again, put your stuff in the comments section below. Anything you want to say to me, comments, suggestions, whatever you want to say, just put it in the comments. I look at them every day, actually several times a day, and respond to them all the time as well. So also, like I said, in the video description, there'll be hardware links for that USB Ethernet adapter or other things. So, okay, the configuration is done. You can tell because it's asking me for the password, right? The reason it's asking me for the password is because the password has changed, right? So let's go get the right password. We took that text file out of the zip, and the right password is right here. I'm just going to copy it, put it in here. The username is, again, on the text file as well, right there. And you just, like I said, copy and paste it in. There you go. Sign in, and then continue. And now we have the configuration that this router would be in after doing everything on the first video. So again, let's go take a look at that. Let's go to networking. Everything here looks pretty cool. This was a pretty straightforward configuration, but if you go to wireless, which matters, you'll see the wireless setup where I set up what they call an IoT jail, or basically guest Wi-Fi. So there's set up, but again, a couple things you need to do, some housekeeping, I should say. Change the passwords on here. See, you can see that my password's in here. You don't want this because once this video hits the internet, this is just going to become another password that they're going to go put into their cracking software, and they'll crack it, right? So don't use that password. Change it. So in this case, you'd have to change 1, 2, 3, 4 passwords on the Wi-Fi's. Change them to whatever you want them to change them to. And over here, go to administration, and then go to your username here. Admin, you can keep admin if you wish. That's pretty generic. Or you can change the username to whatever you want, but change the password because it is the same as I show here on my text file, right? Which is Richard Lloyd USA, right? Just all together, one word with caps and stuff. So there is some security to it, but like I said, once this gets live on the internet, it'll be like that. So don't use those passwords. They're just there because the zip file and the configuration file puts them there automatically. They need to be there. I didn't want to post a configuration file without any passwords on it. That's just crazy. So those are the admin and passwords and everything you need to make this, to change this to what you need. And that's how you do the configuration. Now, if you want to do this again, it's again straightforward. Go back to factory defaults, right? Hit the reset, hit save and apply, and just follow the steps that I showed in this video. And also make sure that you don't hook up the internet port when you do this. Why? Because for some reason, the DD-WRT firmware will turn this thing, put it in bridge mode if you do that. And bridge mode means it just basically disappears. Bridge mode is something that they make for the modem router combo boxes. Basically, if you put one of those into bridge mode, it disappears. It's like not even there anymore. And for some reason, the default configuration, after you do an update to that configuration, if the Ethernet cable to your cable modem or to your internet is plugged in, it will default to a bridge mode. Now that's not a big deal. All you got to really do to fix that is unplug the Ethernet cable from the internet port and reboot the router, and you should be back in. Otherwise, reset it, and then you should be back in, and then you can do this correctly, and it will work, right? So again, I want to say thanks to the commenter on this one. because it was cool. I was like, gee, I didn't think about that. So at HD Mongarit, thank you so much. And again, you got some cool suggestions. I am all ears for that. So put them in the comment section below. If you like this video and it helped you out, do me a huge favor. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up at the bottom. Also, if you like my content and you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. As part of that process, click the bell icon, and then you'll be notified every time that I put up a new video, and you can watch it at your own leisure. Love your feedback. Keep it coming. Just like always, be good to yourself, be good to others, stay safe, stay happy, and we'll see you in the next video.